Occasionally, users will forget their password. And to help you deal with that, Connect has a couple of options that we're going to take a look at here. To get started, I'm going to click on Administration, Users and Groups, and let's say that Bob has forgotten his password. The first thing I'll do is select his name from the Users and Groups and click Information, and that will allow me to access his account behind the scenes. The easiest thing that I can do is simply select Send a link to reset this user's password. Bob will receive an email at bob@twotreesoliveoil.com with a link that he can click to reset his password. However, there are going to be times when a meeting is about to start and Bob can't remember the password, or Bob doesn't have access to his email for some reason. And for that reason, Connect actually has another method by which you can deal with this. And that is to set a temporary password for this user. So when you select that, Connect will generate a 4-digit temporary password. Now, this temporary password will not go beyond the first time that they try to use it to log in. Let's take a look as Bob how this works. I'm actually just going to drag select this, and I'm going to copy it so that it's in my clipboard, and I'll click Save. Now, you have to click Save when you do this for Bob, otherwise his password won't change. And I'm going to drop out of the browser, and now I'm going to log back in, this time as Bob. So instead of logging back in with my account, I'm going to be Bob. And I'm just going to paste that password in and click Login. Now, Bob is going to be challenged and told that he needs to reset his password to be something better. And notice that it's telling me that the passwords must be between 4 and 32 characters long. Well, we're actually going to adjust that next, but I wanted you to see that you can have some control over the type of and the length of password that Bob is able to use. So Bob can submit a new password, and now Bob is going to jump into the portal. And because we're using the 30-day trial, we'll get this notification. This normally won't appear if you're using anything but the 30-day trial. So I'm going to jump back out, and now I'm going to re-log in. This time as me because I'm an administrator, because I want to take a look at the options that you have for working with passwords. So I've typed in the base URL for my Connect server, put my login information, my password, click Login. I'm going to click on Administration and select Users and Groups. And this time, I'm going to choose to edit login and password policies. First off, I am almost always going to use an email address as the login. If I'm integrating Connect with an LDAP server or something else, I might change this, but that goes beyond the scope of what we're going to talk about here during these essential trainings, so I'm just going to leave this at the default. What I'm interested in, though, is scrolling down here to see that I can do things like expire passwords. So perhaps after 30 days, everybody's password is going to expire. If I leave it blank, the password will never expire, and someone can use their same password indefinitely. I can also require a specific character in the password. So maybe I want to have a $sign always as a part of everyone's password. And then I can enforce that a password must contain a number or a capital letter, and that a password must be of a certain length. Perhaps 4 digits is a little too small. Maybe I need the password to be 5 or 8 characters long, but I don't want it to be any longer than 32 characters. So if you want more control over the passwords that people can use so that you have a little bit more security, or in some cases a lot more security on your system, you can use this as a way to set that up. Now, the final thing that I'm going to show you here is that you can also enable meeting hosts to enforce a passcode for room access. I'm going to go ahead and select that. And I'm going to return these back to their defaults so that everybody's password on the system here doesn't change when I select Save. We'll click Save. And I'm going to go back to Meetings, and I'm just going to start creating a new meeting because I want to show you where that enforcement of the password comes into play if you have a meeting level password. And it's right here. So when I have this as a part of this meeting, what will happen is that I will log into the meeting with my username and password, and there'll be another password I need for this specific meeting. It's just another level of control that you have over access to your meetings. You're probably going to have to create new passwords for people on occasion. Connect allows you to do it, and Connect allows you to make sure that the passwords that people are using are secure passwords, and it even gives you an extra level of control over your meetings with a room level password.